Hi, my name is Deborah Jack. I'm a multidisciplinary artist that works primarily in photo, video, and photography. I think most of my work is based in memory and history and nature. So it's sort of an intersection, if you will, between that. It's rooted in the history of colonialism. St. Martin is an island that I'm from, and that was colonized by the Dutch because of the salt producing pond. Salt as a material and as a conceptual space is really interesting to me. So my work sort of moves around and deals with that sort of like Atlantic, Caribbean space and the history around. Initially for me, there's an aesthetic. I want people to be engaged with the work because they think it's beautiful. But then as they do a closer read, they start to see that there's also information that's in the work. And I like that process, right? I want my work to be a conversation. For me, it's about building in these fragments of meaning so that all together there's a story. The evolution of my work, I started out initially as someone who wanted to be a painter. So it went from the painting to working with the photography and video, and then folding in the hurricane imagery and narrative into the work. Because I wanted to think about like what's a story, what's an allegory that I could create that was specific to the Caribbean region, thinking about hurricanes, and that had so much layers and potential that was built into it. And for me, the hurricane has always sort of symbolized this idea of the people who perished during the Middle Passage. And so thinking about the million souls that died an unjust death, and thinking about how many cultures that believe that if somebody dies unjustly, their spirit doesn't rest. And so for me, the hurricane becomes this kind of leviathan, this kind of seasonal memory and memorial that nature has constructed for that trauma. You know, what I really love about JCast is that it's, a way for me to show work to the community, right? The community here that might not necessarily go to galleries in New York or to museums all the time, for them to have that work available to them right here in Jersey City. Jersey City is really close to New York and to other really art centers, but like Newark. But it's really important for me to sort of show here. And now as somebody who's matured more and has had other exhibition opportunities, it's just a good way for me to stay rooted and to meet people and have conversations around the work.